Wow, greetings. Can't talk here. Greetings, light warriors, and happy new year. Sorry, I had to clear my throat a little there. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kimberly, and I am a spiritual teacher. I decided to come back to this earth after 2,000 years to help assist Yeshua, Mother Mary, and Miriam of Magdalene to teach you guys because they cannot be here to do that. So I basically do a combination of my own teaching combined with messages from them to you on this channel. And the purpose of this channel, I am an ascension teacher. I'm here to help all of you to ascend from the third density to the fifth density consciousness. That is going from fear to a love, unconditional love, and getting back all of our supernatural powers that have been taken away from us by our reptilian and Anunnaki overlords who have been basically enslaving this planet for several thousand years. And I'm here to help you guys to get to where you need to go. So with that being said, I hope you all had happy holidays. I said in my last few videos, actually several videos, that if we didn't have the purification event by the end of the year 2025, that I was going to quit. And in a way that's true, and in a way that's not true. So let me tell you kind of my emotional process I've been going through. First of all, I need to tell you that the videos on this channel from this point forward are going to be much shorter because I have a lot of back issues and I just cannot sit for very long. It's very painful for me to sit for long periods of time, or even at all. It just doesn't feel good. I feel best when I'm either laying flat on my back or I'm walking around. If I'm walking around and I can't make a video walking around, I'm not able to do that. For a list of reasons, but that would be hard. So, and I can't make a video flat on my back. So my videos from now on, I will be doing a weekly video for you all, but it's going to be quite a bit shorter. So I am protesting, and how I am protesting is I will not be doing private sessions. I will not be doing readings for people. I will not be doing new classes. I have 14 classes. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the classes in a little while, but I already have 14 classes up on my class page on the learnitlive.com/Kimberly Palm website to help you to grow as a spiritual being, to help you ascend, and to help you become a healer if that is what you want to do, whether it's healing your own self or healing other people. I have also stuff to help you get in touch with your past life information, metaphysical classes on using crystals, sound, water healing, all kinds of classes, meditation courses, courses on discernment, courses on spiritual protection to protect you from demons and ghosts, and how to clear demons out of your house, ghosts out of your house, entities, parasites, attachments, archons. I have classes for all this stuff. Okay, everything that you could want pretty much for ascension, everything that you need for ascension, I've got. And so my protest is I will not be teaching any future classes. I'm not going to be writing any new books. I'm not going to be teaching new classes. What I'm going to be doing in 2026 is devoting all my time to self-care. And why is that? Well, number one, I have a lot of health issues, and the health issues are caused by a combination of spending every waking hour serving other people. Okay, I basically did service to self, never did service to self. And that's the problem. I did service to others starting when I was a child, and that's all I've done my whole life. And so all I've done has always been right on target with helping, help this person here, help that person there, help my family, take care of my family, take care of neighbors, take care of friends, take care of strangers in other countries, just constantly, and also animals whenever I can, taking care of everybody else. So I am spending 2026 mostly focusing on self-care and healing for myself. I'm going to be working every day on healing myself and self-care. And what I've found out is actually this is going to apply to all of you. This year, 2026, is going to be for all of you about self-care. And so my protest is I am not going to watch people's spiritual videos anymore. I'm just done. Everybody says the same stuff over and over again. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Quantum financial system, blah, 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 EBS, whatever. I'm not watching any of their videos anymore. The only kind of videos I'm watching are videos specific to my health issues I'm trying to heal. I'm going to watch some of those. I'm watching a lot of physical therapy exercise videos right now because I'm trying to physical therapy my back. And I'm watching a lot of DIY kind of videos, like whether it's organizing my cabinet or my closet or things to help me around my home and make my home a more comfortable place. Those kind of videos. That's what I'm watching right now. I'm watching a lot of music videos, a lot of high vibe music, and I'm watching comedy music and stuff like that. I'm going to ask all of you to please stop sending me messages asking me to read posts and watch videos and comment on them to you. I'm not going to do that. My other way of protesting is I will not be engaging with people on social media. I will be putting up posts on there from time to time, but I'm not going to be engaging with people. I'm not going to be, because social media was taking up thousands of hours of my time. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was literally draining my energy and my time every week. And that was also draining my health. Social media can actually make you physically sick because what was coming up in my feed is every post is either about radical ISLAM people murdering everyone in Europe, or RAPING everybody in Europe, or in Australia, or in England, or in Ireland, or Scotland, or wherever, or in the US, or people from a certain country that basically ripped off our government for many billions of dollars with fake child care centers. That was in my feed every day. Negative stuff about Charlie, who was unalived supposedly recently. That stuff is just going and going, and just more bullshit. People showing pictures of before and after of different people saying they're not who they were, they're an actor, they're in a mask. But basically my whole feed has been negative bullshit, and it's really draining because it just drags your vibration down lower and lower and lower and lower. So I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on Instagram. I don't want to be on any of these things because the feed, all of the stuff, it's the same stuff. And all the spiritual teachers on there are all sharing the same bullshit story over and over and over. It's all the same thing. And I'm done. I'm totally done. And so I'm protesting in a way that, from now on, I'm staying off social media as much as possible, except to post these videos once a week, to post about my classes, to remind you guys to keep taking my classes, reading my books, and also my oracle cards, which we're going to do in a minute here. These are some cards from, where'd the rest of my deck go? I must have put it over there. So this is my card deck. It's called Elementals of Gaia Oracle Cards. And if you want a copy of this deck, you can send me a donation on PayPal, and the cost of shipping to Europe is like $60, and Australia and all those places out of the US is like $60. Canada is almost $40 for shipping just for my deck, and close to $20 in the US to ship my deck just in an envelope, just a basic envelope anywhere in the US. So what you can do if you want one of my oracle decks, which was completely channeled, I channeled it not from some strange alien or some ascended master or some bullshit like that. I channeled it from my own higher self, my angelic higher self from the higher dimensions. And I also channeled Father, Mother, God, Father, Mother, Prime Creator. That is how I created this deck. And I did not come up with the idea to create an oracle card deck. Yeshua and Miriam asked me to create an oracle card deck, and Mother Mary as well. They asked me to create this oracle card deck, and they said that Father, Mother would be giving me all the information, and it would be all the downloads would come through me for it, and they did. Every card in here is meant to be your own psychic. So from now on, what we're going to do is be focusing on this year, really teaching you how to unleash your own psychic powers. Read my book. I've got a book to help you do that. I've got classes to help you do that, but we're going to use these cards as well. So you don't have to go to psychics anymore. You shouldn't have to. All the answers are within, and I have all kinds of classes and books, and so does Medium Mikala, my beautiful soul sister. She has 13 classes on Learn It Live. I have 14. That makes 27 total. Her classes are actually Yeshua's classes, not hers. He talks through her. But if you want to learn directly from him, I will have all her contact information down below. You can contact her, and you can, you can go to her website. You can go to her YouTube channel. She's got hundreds of teachings from him on her YouTube channel. Some of them are set to music to help you learn and understand them better. Those are on there, and we ask you to go there to learn. And her and I, from now on, we're not spoon feeding and hand holding you guys anymore. You guys are all grown-ups. Put on your big girl and boy pants now. We're not going to put up with any of the bullshit. Basically, I'm done with the bullshit on planet Earth. I'm done with all this, and that's why from now on each week, I'm going to be pulling cards for you guys. Actually, I'm not pulling them. Yeshua is. He pulled 4 cards for me yesterday. Not physically. He just told me which ones to pull and to talk to you about. And each week he will be pulling 1 to 3 cards, or having me pull 1 to 3 cards. And he will be giving you his interpretation for what it means for you. And I will be giving you my interpretation of what it means for you. And we're going to do that each week. So you will be getting messages from him. But the whole purpose of this is to help you to grow up spiritually. You all need to grow up. I'm going to tell you right now, stop acting like babies. You don't need to go to psychics anymore. You don't need to keep asking me, 50 million questions. You can get all the answers. I even have a discernment class. Mikala and I did a discernment class where Yeshua came on and talked to you through in the class and taught you as well. That's on my Learn It Live to help you discern what is the right information, what is the truth versus what is a bunch of bullshit. Okay? We have, between Mikala and myself and Yeshua, the 3 of us, we have given you guys everything you possibly need to do this on your own. You are little birds that are being flown. We're, how do you want to say, letting you fly free. Okay. You can fly free now. You don't need to be in the nest anymore. I have had you guys in my nest since 2011. Since 2011, I've been working with people and doing healing work and teaching and coaching and counseling and all this stuff and hand holding and babysitting. I feel like a babysitter. And we're not doing this anymore. We now have the materials that you guys can use, all the materials, and then I'm going to be coming on here each week with messages to help you. These messages are all going to be educational, and we're going to teach you what to do to fix the shit that you need to fix in the world and in your life. But we're going to be doing this from now on because I'm just sick and tired of the bullshit on this planet. I'm done with all the lies. The events haven't happened yet. I am done. I've given up all my belief, hope, whatever is all gone. I have no faith, no belief, no hope. I'm at square zero, which is just love. All there's left. Whoop. I just lost my eyeglasses on the floor. That's not so good. All that's left, really, all that there really is, the only one truth, there's only one truth in the universe, people, and that is love. There is love. And so that's where I'm at. And I mean, I love all of you. And the reason I decided to come back on, because I'll be honest, I was going to quit. I was going to tell Yeshua, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And then several of you sent me messages, and then I was reading old messages from you guys saying I was your lifeline and I changed your life so much and I helped you so much. And the truth is I really love all of you, and I don't want to let you down, and I want to support you. I really want to support you. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to spoon feed you, but I am going to love and support you, and I do love you. So I decided, and I told Yeshua, I will come back on here, but only if we get down to business, which is really helping you to really get out, throw away the training wheels and put on your big boy bike tires, okay? And put, fly, spread your wings and fly, little birds, because you guys are ready to leave the nest. But you do need a little bit of a support net every now and then. And so I will be your support net. I will be here each week for you, giving you a little bit of support. But you're going to have to go and do all the classes, go to my page. I'll have the link down below, Learn It Live, go look through all my classes. I have 14 of them. I will give you links to Mikala's stuff. She's got 13 classes. She's got many books that Yeshua read. They're actually Yeshua, Mother Mary's books, Mother Father God's books. She has all these books to help you. I have 4 books. Got Ascension 101, The Real Fountain of Youth, which is a whole body, mind, spirit makeover with lots of homework to do to change your whole life. We've got the whole biblical truth about the story of Jesus, the J word. We've got that whole thing, Walking with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. And we've got an entire book to help you become your own psychic, to unleash all your psychic powers, okay? To decalcify your pineal, your third eye, open it up and get the answers and be your own psychic. I don't need to be your psychic anymore. I've been answering people's questions since I was 12 years old. I'm 60. So almost 50 years of my life, I've been using my psychic and intuitive abilities to guide and help other people. Okay. And I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. You guys can do everything I've been doing. You do have the ability. Stop minimizing yourself. Stop putting yourselves down. Stop treating yourself like sniveling, stupid humans. That's what the reptilians want you to believe. That's what the elites want you to believe. That's what the New World Order wants you to believe. The Vatican, all of them, the royals, they want you to think you're the stupid, powerless, idiot human who, walks around stuffing donuts in their face and farting out the other end. And we're going to be doing comedy here, by the way. Comedy is going to be a huge focus. I better turn my phone off or that'll keep dinging. We're going to focus on fun. This channel from this point forward is going to be messages to help you. We're going to give you that support net. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be goofy. Once I get my back feeling better, we may do some dancing to some music on here, get you guys up and get your blood flow to your brain so you can receive the messages. What I might do is start some of my videos off with some dancing to some high vibe music, and then you receive the messages, because if the blood flows to your brain, you can, first of all, I'm going to help you raise your vibration. Your vibration is going to be much higher, and then you're going to be able to absorb the information I'm giving you a lot easier. So that is what we're going to do here. And this is to support you. And the only reason I'm not quitting these videos is because so many people wrote me and were like, please don't quit. You're my only hope. I don't have any family. I'm all alone in the world. My family's all turned on me. They're all asleep. I'm in the same boat, people. Okay. I'm all alone in the world. All right. I have 3 family members left. The cabal took out the rest of my entire family. All right. I have 3 people left. My husband, my 2 kids. That's it. All 3 of them are under deep MK Ultra programming and think I'm a stupid idiot. So basically all by myself. So I'm in the same boat as you. I totally get you all. So that I love you. I want to support you. And so I will be doing these weekly things, but we're not going to be talking about the future anymore. So I want to read a message to you from Yeshua, because I was really upset with him about why hasn't anything happened. Basically what he has said is things are pretty busy. There's a lot of stuff going on in the higher dimensions, and crazy stuff going on, and timeline craziness, and there's still a lot of bad guys out there influencing timelines. There's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. So this is his message, and I posted this on social media. I said to all of you focusing on or worrying about dates of when certain events like the solar flash or purification are going to happen, here is a message from Yeshua to all of you. And this is his message to you. Okay, this is what he said. Rather than focusing on dates, focus on going within to your I am presence and be in the present moment. Focus on what you can do to uplift your Holy Mother, the Earth, at this time. All events will happen in divine timing, not when you expect it. Be patient, beloveds. What can you do to ascend your Christ consciousness? That is what one needs to focus on right now. Be love, give love, and receive love, because that is what you are. Okay? I'm going to read this one more time just to ingrain it into your little cute little human heads. Rather than focus on dates, knock it off, people. Focus on going within to your I am presence and be in the present moment. Focus on what you can do to uplift your Holy Mother, the Earth, at this time. And we're not talking about all the people on the earth, the humans. We're talking about the earth herself, because she's going through a lot of changes. And that's one of the cards that he had me pull, which I'll talk about in a minute. All the events will happen in divine timing, not when you expect it. Be patient, beloveds. What can you do to ascend your Christ consciousness? And that's what ascension is all about. That is what one needs to focus on now. Be love, give love, receive love, because that is what you are. And as I said before, all there is love. The only truth is love. And in the end, whether there's events or not events, it doesn't matter, because the only truth in this universe is love. It's being love, giving love, receiving love, broadcasting love. That is the only truth. When everything's been ripped away from you, torn out of your life and destroyed, all you have left is love. You are love. That is what you are. You are made from love. God is love. God made you out of love, and you are love. And nothing can ever change that. No reptilians, no Anunnaki, no politicians, no bankers, no ex-husbands or wives, or girlfriends, no fraudsters or thieves or murderers or killers, whatever. Nothing can change the fact that you are love and you were made from love. Nothing can change that. So that what we are going to be focusing on are these cards. And I was trying to say, if you want a copy of the cards, here's what you can do. And then I'm going to give you guys all these messages. What you can do is, if you live in Europe, UK, Ireland, Scotland, England, Europe, anywhere in Europe, anywhere in Australia or New Zealand, you can donate $110 US to my PayPal. My PayPal.me will be in the description here. If you are in the United States, it's $70. And if you are in Canada, it's $88. And the reason for that is because the card deck costs, the cost of the deck, so that, and I'm not making a ton of money on these. If I wanted to do that, I'd charge $100 for this deck. I have to pay a lot of money to have these printed, and then I also have to pay for all the packing stuff to pack it up and the little bags and everything. So once you take off my expenses off of this, I'm making very little money, very, very little money. I'm not even making enough. Even if I sold hundreds of copies of this, it's not going to pay me for the numbers of hours that I put in designing all of these cards. What do you call it? My brain blanked. Sorry. Now I'm transposing words here. Having dyslexia moment. Channeled the information that took a lot of time, and then creating the book that goes with this. There's a PDF book to save you money. I put the book into PDF form, and you need to make sure that you guys have my email address whitelisted so that so that it doesn't go into spam. But anyways, what you can do is send that donation, and then in the PayPal message or Stripe or wherever you're going to pay, you need to put your name, your full name that is on your shipping address, whoever I ship it to, your real name that you get shipped to, your full shipping address. I need your shipping phone number. A lot of you didn't give me that, and then I got in trouble because when I went to the postal place, they needed the phone number, especially for the packages going out of actually all of the packages. They wanted a phone number. And so I need your phone number. I also need the email where I'm able to send the PDF book to, because what I will do once you order it, once I get the order and once I actually ship it to you, what I do is I email you at whatever email you put, and I give you the tracking number, and I give you the PDF guidebook that you will use. Do I have that here? Yeah. So here it is printed out. This is the guidebook. I have it printed out. Now, if you print this book out single pages, you're going to get about, about single pages, you're going to get 30 pages, I believe. Let's see. No, 29. So you're going to have 29 pages if you print it out single pages. If you print it out double-sided pages, you're going to have about 15 sheets of paper if you print it out double-sided pages. So it's not very much. So you can print this at home. It's a very small little skinny booklet. The reason I didn't have it printed by the printer who printed the cards is because they wanted to charge me like $15 to $20 for each book. Plus, I didn't know how to, put it into the special format for that small size of a book. And I would have had to have paid a couple $1,000s or something to somebody to do that for me. And I'm not even making that much money. And so I would have been at a huge loss on all this. So it wasn't worth it. And I would have had, in order to make it up for the book, I would have had to have charged $100 a deck. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to charge $55, especially looking at the fact that shipping over to Europe is like $60, okay, for this deck. And by the way, this is the cheapest shipping prices. I actually go to a mailing store because I live out in the country. We don't have a post office near my house. It's a gazillion miles away. So I go to like a mailing store. The cool thing is they have UPS, FedEx, something else, and then the postal service. And what they do is they weigh it for me, and then they say, here's the cheapest method. And the cheapest method to Europe and all those places was, like I said, close to $60. Actually, it was like $61 the other day to send it to Australia. And the cheapest method in the US is like $18, and the cheapest method in Canada was 30 something dollars. So those are the cheapest methods. Shipping is a ripoff these days. So I send you a tracking number. Once you got to make sure you put in the notes. There's a lot of you who just bought it and didn't give me any info. So didn't even have your email to email you to tell you I don't have your info. I can't send you anything. I mean, it was terrible. So you need to make sure to think with your noodle when you're doing this and put your name, full name, your shipping address, because some of you go by totally different names. Like I had some people where the name that was on their credit card wasn't even a name you would ship their cards to. It was somebody else, their brother, their sister, their aunt, their father, their husband, somebody else, their boss, whatever. And so you need to make sure you have your name, who you are, your shipping phone number, because my shipper people over here are kind of jerky that way. They would not ship to people who didn't have a phone number, and I got into a lot of trouble. So make sure you put that. Sorry, back starting to really bother me now. Okay, so we're going to move on to the messages here, because I have a lot to tell you about these. All right, so I asked him what 1 to 3 cards, because I didn't want to have tons of cards. I said, what 1 to 3 cards pretty much sum up the forecast? That's why this video is called 2026 Forecast. What sums up what's going to happen in 2026, or what is the spiritual scenario for 2026? And the 3 cards that he had me pull were Mother Gaia, and yes, I designed these all by myself, Phoenix rising from the ashes, and Christ consciousness. And I have something to share with you all. Did I drop that? Where did I drop his picture? Huh. That is so weird. I had a picture for you all and I dropped it. Oh, he's right here. Okay, Mikala designed this. This was designed by Mikala. This is what he looks like. It's similar to the one by, what is her name? Keon, or whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. Anyways, Akion. Similar to hers, except his hair is longer. Okay, this picture is exactly what he looks like. This is what when I see him, when Mikala sees him, when other friends see him, he's got long hair. It's a little bit longer than his shoulders. It goes back behind his shoulders. It's not as long as mine. I've got really long hair. Anyways, my hair goes all the way down to my waist. But anyways, that is what he looks like. His eyes are a hazel color, and what happens, sorry, my shoulder's hurting too. What happens is that his eyes can look green, or they can look blue, or they can even look a brownish color, or even yellow, depending on what light he's in when he appears to you, what your, how do you want to say, mental impression is of him. But his eyes are like a hazel color, and so they'll look sometimes more green, sometimes they'll look kind of light brownish. They look different, or sometimes they'll even look blue. And it's just like my daughter. I have a daughter who has hazel eyes, and her eyes have looked yellow, they've looked blue, they've looked brown, they've looked green, and it depends on how she's feeling. Her emotions, they change with her emotions. It's like a mood ring. They change with her diet sometimes. If she's eating bad stuff, they'll turn a certain color. If she's really happy and she's really healthy and she's feeling good, her eyes will literally look yellow, like this bright yellow, like a cat. So hazel eyes will do that. That's what they'll do. My grandpa had the hazel eyes, and his looked blue or green a lot of the times, but then sometimes they looked like just a weird color. But that's what color Yeshua's eyes actually are. They're this strange hazily, and my higher self, my actual higher self, that's the color that my eyes are as well. They're kind of a weird, I've been told they look like the aurora borealis, but they change. They'll go blue, they'll go green. They're mostly blue. Most of the time they're blue. my higher self, not brown like they are in the physical body, but they're a bluish color in my higher self. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, that that's what he looked like. So let's talk about these cards, and then I have a card of the week that I pulled. This is your card that you are going to focus on. So this is the forecast of what the theme is for the year and what you all need to do. And so the first card he asked me to pull was the Phoenix, I believe. Nope, it was the Christ consciousness. So the Christ consciousness is going to be returning more to Earth this year. It will be returning to the Earth this year a lot more, or maybe completely. If we have a certain event, which we just don't know when it's going to be. Okay, so you need to stay in the present moment. We really don't. It could be 50 years, 100 years. It could be 5 minutes from now. We don't know. It's divine timing, and that's what he said, to stop asking when it's going to be, because it's divine timing, and it has to do with a lot of variables going on. And so they can't really tell us when it's going to happen. They were hoping, they kept telling me it would happen before the end of the year, because they were really hopeful that it was going to happen as well. But they're not the only ones involved. You have to realize Yeshua is not in control of this whole thing. All of the collective consciousness of Earth is in control. All of the ETs that are out there are in control. You got 3i Atlas. You've got all these different things. And then you've got the dark bad guy factions. So many people are in control of this Earth right now. So what's going to happen is this year, more Christ consciousness will be coming back into the Earth. And this year, your focus needs to be self-care and embodying Christ consciousness, embodying the Christ within, okay? Becoming the risen Christ. You need to work on your own Christ consciousness, literally becoming Christ consciousness. So that is part of the theme for this year. It's going to be the Christ consciousness being restored to the earth, and you becoming the risen Christ from within, your own Christ consciousness from within, and working on that. So that is the first theme for this year, 2026. Second theme is the phoenix rising from the ashes. And what is going to happen is everything's going to be destroyed this year. Like everything. Because it has to. There's no other way. It has to be destroyed. It was supposed to actually be destroyed 2025. But we got sidetracked again by a lot of bad guys out there running around. Now here's the good news. A lot of the beings who sidetracked, in fact, let me ask how much percent. What percent of the sidetrack, the bad guys that were sidetracking our planet, what percentage of them were taken out? What percentage of them were taken out? Okay, so it's about 30% of the baddies that were involved in doing awful things like poisoning the skies and just doing terrible things to us, 30% have been taken out. So what's going to happen is as more and more of them get taken out, then we will start to have the good events happening that all of you have been waiting for, like financial things and medical things and Christ consciousness returning, the purification event. The purification event is already happening. It's actually an ongoing thing. There is going to be one big event that cleans out the planet, restores everything. It's like a switch is pushed or like a button's pushed. And with the flip of a switch, everything's going to get changed overnight. That is going to happen. But leading up to that, the actual purification already started happening. Stuff is coming up to the surface to be purified. We've got people in the country, IRAN, that are fighting to take their country back from the evil ISLAMIC regime that took over that country and enslaved everyone there. We've got stuff happening all over the world, but there are protests going on in England. There's protests going on in Belgium or not Belgium. Where else was it? Maybe it was Belgium. Amsterdam, I believe. All over the world, they have like protests going on, like just about every country. There's war going on right now between Thailand and Cambodia. They're warring each other. We've got that going on. There's just all kinds of crazy shit happening on planet Earth. So the Phoenix, we are all the Phoenix. All of us are all the Phoenix, but the Earth herself is the Phoenix. And then all the systems are the Phoenix. Everything is the Phoenix. So what do I mean by that? So let's look at the systems. So the systems, in order to create the new financial system and new education and new this and new that, all the old ones have to burn. They have to be destroyed and burned up in flames. So those will get smoked, and then the new systems will start arising this year. This is a 1 year, which is new beginnings. So by the end of this year, you will see beginnings of new things happening in this year. They have to. New beginnings have to happen in a 1 year. So there will be new things that will be coming out that will be positive. There will be a lot of positive things this year. But a lot of these old ones really have to crash and burn. And if you follow what's going on with the silver market and the stock market and all these things, you can see that there's a lot of stuff moving and happening. Okay. So first, the systems will be your Phoenix. The Earth herself is a Phoenix. The bad guys have tried to destroy her and burn her up, like literally have lit fires all over using directed energy weapon, using chemtrails, flooding, all the stuff that's going on, this fog that's in California and Washington State and other places, even on the East Coast of the US, it's got poisons in it. It makes people choke and get sick. They've been poisoning us with the fog, poisoning us. At my house, they still spray chemtrails every day of the week here. And now we have a deer disease, a wasting thing where the deer, they call it like a zombie wasting virus. Basically, the deer waste away and act like zombies, and then they die. And it's highly spreadable and contagious to all the other animals and even to humans. And it keeps popping up every year. This is the second or third year in a row, and in the same spot, in the area where I live. It always, so they're putting some kind of poison, they're doing something, and I know they're doing this as another one of their methods to depopulate, because they want us down to, 500 million, I think they said, or 200 million. That's all they want left on the planet. And so they're going to keep using bioweapon after bioweapon after bioweapon. So they're destroying the earth. They're doing all kinds of nasty things to the earth herself. But she will be like a phoenix. She will rise from the ashes, and she will be a brand new bird, especially after the big event happens where she gets all cleaned up. So she's going to be like that phoenix where the bad guys have done everything they can to destroy her, and then she comes out of those ashes a whole new beautiful planet. Like in the picture, looks so beautiful with got an angel, basically an angelic mother Gaia. It's actually a picture of the soul of our earth, Tara Gaia. That's her soul. Angelic, she's an angelic, a very high level Elohim angel that is she is the consciousness of this planet, and that's her holding it in her hands. And so and if you could see, the colors are just so bright and intense. That is what the planet's supposed to look like. We're supposed to have these really intense, beautiful blue skies like we used to have back 30 years ago, 40 years ago. We had these really beautiful skies, and now they're just always covered. I think they launched chemtrails in the 80s, I think, or something like that. They might have been here before then. But anyways, so Mother Gaia herself is that phoenix. And then who else is the phoenix? You are the phoenix, because all of the old parts of you, all of the parts of you that are not love, are dying right now. all of the bad, all of the negative parts of you, the negative parts of your ego. If you're doing your work right now, then everything that is part of you, your body, mind, and spirit, that is no bueno, it's no good, it should all be dying and rising, and in the new you is going to rise from the ashes of the destruction of the old you. What is the old you? A person who's fearful, a person who has shame, blame, guilt, lust, greed, whatever, things, whatever things that you have. And I am not judging you by any means. We're all humans. We all have issues. Okay. I dropped the F-bomb too much. All right. I mean, everybody has issues. All right. The old you, the parts of you that are not 100% love, all of that right now is slowly dying. It is slowly dying and slowly being burned away right now. Okay. By the violet flame, by Christ consciousness, by the light of God, everything over time, as you guys are doing this work, you are burning away all the parts of you that are not Christ consciousness, that are not love. And you are going to be that phoenix, because you're going to rise as this crystalline being. When we all get converted, we will be a new body. Our whole body is going to get literally burned away and recreated. It's going to be burned up and recreated as this crystalline. And no, you're not going to die. You're going to get a new body, but you're not going to die. Okay. Your body's going to be revitalized and changed, and he called it transfiguration. We're all going to transfigure, which is what he did. He was teaching that. Yeshua was teaching that when he died on the cross. Because he transfigured into his light body. We're not going to be in our light body. There's some people on social media spreading that you're going to be in the light body. You're only in the light body when you're dead, when you're no longer in the physical. In order to be here physically, you have to have a human avatar. But the human avatar will be more like our star brothers and sisters. It will be kind of shimmery. It's going to be crystalline, kind of shimmery. We maybe even be a little taller. We're going to be thinner. You're not going to have fat people. That won't be a thing. We're going to be thinner, taller, shimmery. You're going to have all the abilities you had during Atlantean times. And that's going to be your new phoenix rising from the ashes. You will be the phoenix rising from the ashes. So those are those three things. So what is your homework in all of this? Well, let's talk about that. Number one, you need to be working every day on embodying the Christ consciousness. Okay? If you don't know how to do that, there's all kinds of spiritual teachers teaching that right now, and Yeshua himself is teaching it through Mikala. So if you want to learn how to be that, all of the lessons on how to be that Christ is on Mikala's YouTube channel for free. You can watch all her videos and learn. You're going to embody the Christ consciousness with every one of those videos that you watch. I would highly recommend binge listening to all of them. All of his teachings, all his musical teachings, and all his other teachings. Go back and watch all her videos. You're going to embody that by going within and connecting directly with him, connecting directly with Father, Mother, Prime Creator, God, and working on yourself. And there's other teachers out there teaching how to become the Christ. There are plenty of teachers out there. So look into it, do the work. It's important because this year is all about embodying that Christ consciousness. What can you do regarding the earth, Mother Gaia? Well, we need to be caretakers for the earth. And so in my guidebook here, if you go to card number 6, which is Mother Gaia, this was what was channeled to me about Mother Gaia. This card tells you it's time to connect with Mother Gaia Earth, or you are being asked to ground yourself into the earth more often. We get so caught up in our lives that we forget to take time to stop and smell the roses and connect with our Mother Earth, who gives us life and provides us with all the important things we need to live, like air, food, water, and a home. Choosing this card means that you are being called to connect with the earth in different ways and give her some love and gratitude. It could be going for a walk in the forest, or ground yourself in other ways. Sit on the ground and put your hands on the earth and tell her, I love you, Mother Gaia. Sit on a rock and feel the energy. Place crystals into key locations in the ground. Do some grid work on the planetary grid. Plant flowers in your garden. Create a rock garden. Volunteer for a nonprofit that plants trees or cleans up beaches or oceans or lakes or streams. Volunteer on any committee that deals with cleanup or protection of the earth. Or you can just hold space for the consciousness of Mother Gaia, because she is a conscious being. So that is what this card is all about. That's what we are asking you to do this year, is really help to support her, because without her, you don't exist here. Okay, you couldn't be here, obviously, without her. So we need to all be her caregivers more. We need to really make an effort to connect with her every day, to love on her, and to give back to her. So that is your homework with that card. And then let's talk about the Phoenix really quick here. Card. So basically the Phoenix card tells you you're dying to your old ways, old thought patterns, old bad habits, and you are resurrecting to a new spiritually advanced version of yourself. This card also means the end of old systems that are not serving people on the planet, or the end of your bad experiences and the beginning of new positive experiences, or creation of new positive systems. Okay. So really work on getting rid of all the old parts of yourself this year that are not Christ-like, that are not 100% love. Every part of you, like you have a smoking habit or an alcohol drinking or pot smoking habit or drugs, whatever, sex addiction, gambling addiction, you spend too much money, whatever, you criticize your family too much. You have to keep going and getting lip injections and boob jobs and all this because you're self-conscious 24/7. Start working on those parts of yourself and get rid of them. And I can say that because I have zero work. I'm 60 years old. I have gone to the dermatologist just to have all my little things looked at for cancer, and that's about it. I have not been to a plastic surgeon ever. I've never been to a dermatologist for anything other than looking at my moles and my little stretch marks and things just for cancer, and that's about it. I use organic face cream on my face every day, and that's it. And I eat a healthy diet. And I try to think positive thoughts, like I am getting more youthful every day. And that's how I look the way I do. But if you're somebody who's obsessed with having to look good, have all the men look at you, that is something that needs to go. If you're a female, there's so many females out there that I know that are obsessed with basically being a guy magnet. You have men who are chick magnets. We have women who are guy magnets who just want every man to fall all over them and think they're the most beautiful thing that walks the planet. And that is what we call vanity. Vanity is actually a sin, as they say, missing the mark. You need to get rid of that. Okay. You should be happy with who you are, the way God made you. Okay. You need to be happy. Now, I may not be too thrilled with the fact that I have 17 or 18 extra pounds I need to lose, but I'm working on that and I'm trying to get my body healthy. And it's not for me, it's about my back, because the extra weight I have is in a place that's causing a lot of my back pain. So I need to lose weight to fix my back. I'm not losing weight because I want all the men out there to go, "Ooh, Kimberly looks so good." I don't give a hoot about what people think about how I look, okay? I'm very flattered when people say, "Oh, you look so pretty," or whatever. I'm flattered, but I don't care. I really don't. I only care about that guy, the creator, and father, mother. What do they think about me? I don't care about what any human on this earth thinks about me. I really don't. Okay? Which is why I drop F-bombs and stuff, because I don't care. I really give no Fs. What I do care about is, what does Yeshua think about me? What does my soul family think about me? What does the Creator think about me? What do the beings that are on the other side of the veil in the higher dimensions, the Christed beings, what did they think about me? Did they think I'm a bitch. You know, what do they think? I don't care about the humans. Now, I do care about what my pets think about me. I want them to like me because I don't want them to bite me, you know. But anyways. All right. So card of the week. Card of the week. This is what he drew for you. 66. Emotional balance. This is a unicorn balancing, walking across a river on a little log. She's balancing. She's trying to make it across the river by balancing on a log. It's emotional balance. Okay. So why did he pull this card for you? Because a lot of you are having issues with the fact that nothing has happened yet, like me. Upset that nothing has happened yet. It's really upsetting to me. And so what do we need to do? We need to work on our own emotional balance, staying in the present moment, balancing all our feelings, especially when you feel all alone because all your family hates you and thinks you're a crazy conspiracy theorist, and your family bullies you 24/7, like mine. Yeah, you got to have a lot of emotional balance. Okay. So, so that is what we're all supposed to work on. And by the way, this homework is all for me too. I'm going to be doing this every day, all these things. I'm not going to be a lazy ass. This whole year for me is going to be about doing all this work and self-care, doing the spiritual work on myself, which is why I'm only watching things like body healing, listening to high vibe music, and reading specific books that I'm going to be reading. I had to stop my book club because it was like 3 hours of having to sit, or 3.5. I think one time we went 4 hours of having to sit in the chair. I can't do that. My back can't do it. So I canceled book club. There is no book club anymore. And unfortunately, until the big event happens, this is how it's going to be for me, because the back issues I have, they may be healed a little bit with the exercises I'm doing, but I'm not going to get any real healing. You can't rebuild bone. It's not possible unless there's some miracle or a med bed. So I would have to rebuild all the bones, and surgery's out for me. So basically, until the event happens, it's going to be hard for me to sit and do long classes, long videos, long book clubs. I'm not going to be able to do that. So speaking of which, I'm at my time limit where my back is really starting to hurt more and more and more. So I have to go because the pain is starting to get kind of unbearable for me right now. But I hope this has been helpful for you. And I wanted to say, with the emotional balance, my book, which is called The Real Fountain of Youth, would be really helpful for you. And also the book Ascension 101, I have a whole chapter on how to be happy every day of your life. That will be really helpful for emotional balance for you. And then my book, The Real Fountain of Youth, that has a lot of stuff about emotional stress that you need to learn about. That will be helpful. But the biggest way that you can balance emotions is meditating every day and breathing and meditating. And oh, Yeshua had a message for you guys about your emotions. Sorry, I totally forgot about it. It just reminded me. All right. Just a second. I gotta find the message that he said. Maybe I didn't. Did I not write it down? Oh, here it is. Here's the message. Sorry, guys. I totally forgot about this. This has to do with the emotional message. The biggest thing that Yeshua wants you all to know is that he said, give oneself permission to feel your emotions. And allow the emotions to come up, accept them for what they are, and then work on processing through your emotions. He said, beloveds, stop stuffing your emotions. That's what he said. He said, beloved, stop stuffing your emotions. A lot of us are doing it. I've done it. I've been guilty. I know all of you have done it at least one or more times in your life. But don't stuff your emotions. You need to accept them. You need to give yourself permission. He said, give oneself permission to feel your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them. Stop choking them down and stuffing them and that type of thing, because that is going to cause health problems throughout your whole body, okay, and relationship issues. So make sure that you do that you give yourself permission to feel your emotions, accept, allow your emotions to be there, be with them, like actually be with them and say, damn it, I'm mad and I'm going to feel mad and I'm allowed to feel mad. Go punch a punching ball or something. Just allow yourself to do that. Okay. Don't go choking it down and say, tra-la-la, forget about it and go make pizza now. No, it doesn't. Or I'm going to go bake a cake, or I'm going to go plant my garden, or I'm going to go listen to uplifting music. And the reason I said pizza is because I just made myself a homemade pizza, and no, I'm not into the pizza thing with the little kids. Okay, so don't even go there. That's disgusting. That's horrifying, actually. And I actually couldn't eat pizza for a long time after I found out about that. It made me want to puke every time I looked at a pizza, but I eventually processed through the emotions of all that, and now I can make myself pizzas again. So I'm glad about that. And boy, do I hope that all gets revealed to the sleepers. I really do. I'm hoping that's part of the Phoenix thing with everything coming up and being revealed so it can be destroyed. It has to be revealed so it can be destroyed. And so let's reveal all those mofos that have been doing horrible things to our babies and innocent children on this planet. We need to have all those people hung out in the light for everyone on earth to see who they are and all their disgusting evilness. And then they need to be obliterated off the earth, all of them. Anyways, all right, well, that's all I have to say for now. I'm going to go put some heat on my back and do some stretches. But I love you all. I wish you all a happy new year, and all the information will be below in the description. I can't talk. My brain is like twisting. All right. Thank you all for putting up with me for the last, 5-6 years that I've been on Facebook, on YouTube here. Thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for supporting this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out because then I can get this information out to more people. I want to support as many light warriors as I can. I love all the light warrior starseed brothers and sisters on this planet. I really want to help you all so much. So see you next week for another card pull, and I'm just going to keep supporting you guys as long as I can. And we're not going to go into the what's going to happen in the future anymore. We're not going to talk about that on this channel because we're going to stay in the present moment and do self-care and be funny and goofy and have some fun, having fun and being silly this year. This year is going to be a lot of silliness and goofiness and laughter so we can raise our vibration. So you may hear me say some silly, goofy things on this channel. Anyways,